Hi there everybody, Jason here, and it's been a while since I have looked at any sort of like board or card game, but today I've got Unstable Unicorns. Unstable Unicorns is a game that was kickstarted recently. It appeared basically only available at GameStop, I think, along with a couple of expansions, which I do actually have included. The expansions were the NSFW pack and a Dragon pack. But anyway, the base idea of the game is you have a deck that has unicorns in it with special effects and also some upgrades, downgrades, and other things that help you build a stable of unicorns. The whole goal is to get a stable of 7 unicorns while stopping your friends from getting their stable of 7 unicorns. So let's just go over a little bit about the basic setup of the game, and then we'll talk a little bit about how I feel about the game at the end. So inside the box, which is actually quite nice, it's got one of those little magnetic slip covers, or magnetic fold covers is what I would say. You actually get the instructions, which are fairly simple to understand. There's not much to it. It tells you what you need to get, what you got yourself into, how to set it up, and then it gives you some basics on what to do on your turn, how to win if you run out of cards, frequently asked questions, what all the card types are, and then words you should be familiar with, and then who goes first. So, let's get these cards out. Alright, so inside the actual box, you get all your cards, which are a set of all your basic unicorns, your instants, your upgrades, downgrades, and such. You also get a small stack of baby unicorns, which are like entry-level unicorns that are just, you know, there to help you get yourself started. They don't have any sort of special abilities, and whenever they get sacrificed or destroyed by any player, they get returned right back to the stable. You also get a what to do on your turn card, and basically this just tells you all the things that you can do, and basically the rules are, beginning of your turn you activate any effects that your unicorns or stable might have due to upgrades or downgrades. You draw a card, and then your action phase is to either play one card from your hand or draw an additional card. And the end of your turn, basically you have to discard your hand down to at least 7 cards. Words that are important: sacrifice means that you're going to be sending a card from your stable. Your stable is the place in front of you where you're putting your unicorns. So your stable is a sacrifice, and then destroy is when you send a card from another player's stable, the cards that are in front of them, their unicorns, upgrades, and downgrades, is when you destroy. Discarding is sending a card from your hand to the discard pile. In play is cards currently in a player's stable, and bring directly into play means to add to your stable immediately. This does not count as your action this turn. And you have types of cards, which we'll actually go into really quickly. So you have card types. So you have instant. You play an instant card at any time to stop someone from playing a card. Send the instant card to the discard pile after use. You have upgrades. You play an upgrade card during your turn to give someone's stable a positive effect. Your own stable is always a good choice. You have downgrades. Play a downgrade during your turn to give someone stable a negative effect, picking an opponent's stable. Duh. And then magic. Play a magic card during your turn to create mayhem. Send the magic card to the discard pile after use. You have different types of unicorns. So you got magical. Play a magical unicorn card by placing it into your stable during turn. Each one comes with a special power. Basic unicorns. You play them by placing them into your stable. They don't have any powers, but they're still special. You have baby unicorns. Each player starts with a baby unicorn in their stable. You can only summon more by using special cards. And then it goes into the words you need to know, everything like that. So we already went over what to do on your turn. Then you have how to win. The first person with the required number of unicorns in their stable wins. Everyone must bow down to them. So a 2-player game is 7, as I was saying. 3 to 5 is still 7, and 6 to 8 is 6. And they have, say, like 2-player rules and ban card lists. You can visit their website here to find out. And if you run out of cards, if you're a stickler, the game ends when you run out of cards. If no one completed the Unicorn Army, no one gets to be the righteous ruler of all things magical. If you're a rule breaker, you can reshuffle the discard pile back into the deck when you're out of cards. The rules say not to, but you just don't give a care. You're a rebel. Good for you. And if you're a baby unicorn, the game ends when you flip the table. Don't be a baby unicorn. You're better than that. Anyway, that's basically it. The rules are pretty self-explanatory. If you pick up the NSFW pack, which does mean not safe for work, you also get these. You get optional drinking rules, and then optional stripping rules, which are certainly fun. But anyway, once you have your draw card pile set up and your unicorn stable set up, and then you have given all players a baby unicorn. I've got my stable here, and then I've set up like an example stable for an opponent. You deal 5 cards to each of the players, and that becomes their hand. Inside their hand, you can basically choose what you want to do based on the cards that you have. So during any one of your turns, you start by playing any effects that your cards have, which in this case I don't. You draw a card, add it to your hand, and then you can either play one card, or you can draw another card, and then wait till your next turn. Like in this particular case, you have this, which is an upgrade. It says, you must have a basic unicorn in your stable in order to play this card. If this card is in your stable at the beginning of your turn, you may draw an extra card. So in this case, you have to have played a basic unicorn. I don't actually have a basic unicorn, so I can't actually do anything with that. But then you have cards like this, which is a downgrade. This is slowdown. And then as long as you have this card in your stable, you cannot play instant cards, which means that you can't stop somebody playing something against you. So in my turn, what I could do is I could play a downgrade on my opponent's stable, so they can't stop me from doing anything. And instants would be things like this. They are nays. You can actually get into a nay war with the NSFW pack. Basically, they have higher level nays that progress higher and higher until basically I think there's like 3 or 4 different levels, but yeah. NSFW pack is fun because it's got things like this, Dominatrix Whip. This is an upgrade. If this card is in your stable at the beginning of your turn, you may move a unicorn from any player's stable to another player's stable. And that's basically it. So if I was to have this upgrade in my stable, I can move this unicorn to my stable. And that's just it. But yeah, which is fun. I mean, that's definitely an easy way to do it. I get like a free chance to get a basic unicorn whenever I want. But that's basically it. The way that the game plays is very simple. All of the cards basically say exactly what they need to say on the front of them. There are a couple cards which leave a little bit to be desired, and you find yourself looking up some extra rules. But for a simple game that you want to play, maybe takes about like half an hour to play. If you have a larger group of people, it's fairly nice. Anyway, as far as my feelings about the game, I like it. The cards are cute. The art's cute. The idea is cute. Again, nice, simple game. Easy to play. Easy to learn. Easy to be bad at. I mean, all you have to do is just get 7 unicorns. I've never won, I think. Anyway, let me know down in the comments below what you think of this game. Have you ever played it? Do you like unicorns? Which is your favorite unicorn? I like things like they have a whole bunch of narwhals, and this is a baby narwhal. Anyway, we'll see you guys later. Bye for now.